Hello and welcome to another update on Bitcoin. We are dealing here with the daily chart for BTC. We're currently tracking this move to the upside from the April low as a 5-wave move. So this is a daily chart. There is no change there to previous updates. Bitcoin has not pushed higher. And yes, we've seen some selling pressure come in today, but honestly, no meaningful levels are broken yet. We have a first break of micro support on the 15-minute chart, but as you can imagine, probably that is hardly meaningful and not enough to indicate a trend reversal to the downside. For a first confirmation, really, a solid confirmation that a top of sorts is formed, I need a break below this last swing low there, which formed around $100,800. So this would be needed next as a break below this previous swing low there, followed by a break below the low from the 6th of May. Those would be all signals that the top is in, but I'd already be happy with a break below the, that's the Monday, the 12th of May low, at around 100,000, 100,700, 100,800. We can check the levels more precisely on the smaller time frame, but I'm talking about this week's low. Now, further upside extensions are of course possible until we have a confirmed top, because if you compare the structure of the retracement and the depth of the retracement with any of these previous pullbacks, well, this is nothing really special and could simply be consolidation in a still unfolding uptrend. And I have sketched out on the smaller time frame how the direct move up could continue. If you're interested in learning a little bit more about the daily chart, but also the weekly charts, and I think I showed you 3 or 4 weekly charts in that video, then check out my latest video on the MCO Global channel about Bitcoin. Uploaded it only late yesterday, and it includes really the weekly view as well. And yeah, we talk about different things. I think also Bitcoin dominance, I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, check it out for a more in-depth analysis of the larger time frame. This is our main channel. There's more in-depth content and so on. Check it out if you're interested. I'm linking it in the video description, and it's also in the comments section. Now let's take a look at the shorter time frame. So here, looking at the smaller time frame chart, we are still holding above the Monday, the 12th of May low. The yellow scenario continues to show a pathway for higher prices, but with the deep pullback that we have seen overnight, has become, in my opinion, a little bit more questionable, but it's still possible that we get further extensions to the upside. But the problem with this structure is in the yellow scenario, which I've still marked only with a question mark. It's that the rally from the Monday, the 12th of May low has ended as a 3-wave move, best I can tell. It does look like a 3-wave move. And we can still track higher prices and the option, the potential for higher prices based on that. However, it's a 3-wave move up, which means it's a corrective rally. That means it could be wave 1 of 5 if wave 5 is an ending diagonal. That is a possibility, which then becomes very, very messy though, okay? But still, there is a way, even if this is just an ABC structure higher, this here would be the support area to watch, okay? Reality is, when we're dealing with a 3-wave rally, it leaves, there are a lot of options that need to be considered. So from that point of view, I've added a support area that, and I don't necessarily show all wave counts here, but I added a support area that should keep the uptrend alive. But I really have a hard time believing it. With a 3-wave move up, I cannot clearly favor it, but nevertheless, I've added a support area here, and it would, it's still a reasonable structure, okay? It's just that I would want to see more evidence from a structural point of view that we're really in an upside extension. For example, a break above the Tuesday high that formed around 105K would be further evidence. And any further downside from here, more directly, would confirm further the white scenario. For me, white seems to be leading at the moment. White seems to be leading, and it will lose control with a break above 105K. So what we now need next as further confirmation that indeed white wave B has topped would be first a break below 101,640, and then this Monday low, which I already mentioned. Yeah, around $100,750 it is. Yeah, so to be precise. So this is what I'm watching. So you have a support area to watch there. You can observe that the market already reacted to it. This is a support area I communicated earlier today on Discord already. But as I said, it's not one that I have a lot of, I don't know, that I trust really. The microstructures in here might shift, okay, depending on what it does now. This even looks a bit like a 5-wave move down. There are many options how I could label the correction. I'm really not bothered about labeling the correction. It's about do the bulls turn up in this region, and if not, and we don't break above 105k because that is really needed, then the white count can drive the price higher as part of this larger correction we're tracking in this B wave that I share with you every day on the daily time frame. Yeah. So there are a few very, very clear levels that need to be broken for an indication of a top. At the moment, we are still consolidating on a very, very high level. Okay. And I would say the first really meaningful confirmation that the bears are really driving the price lower and that we have really formed a more substantial top, that's a break below that Monday low. That's the update on BTC. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.